It's important to take a few deep breaths sometimes, guys. How's everyone doing? This is Tarkan back with you with another video. And I have a short comment from a viewer left on my last video. And this is from Alpha. I'm just going to address this one briefly. It's a very simple question. Alpha says, "Hey, Tarkan, I love your videos. Thank you. Could you make one about making a new group of friends and how to attract people who add in quotes, to your life? Is it the same concept as attracting a specific person?" Yes, it is, Alpha. It is the same concept as attracting a specific person. Anytime you want to attract people into your life. Of course, now what you're saying here is not so much about specific people. You're actually sort of generally saying, I want a new group of friends who add to your life. Now, whatever that means, you put add to your life in quotes, so I'm not sure what you mean by that. But perhaps you're feeling that the current group of friends aren't really right for you anymore, or they're no longer a match to who you've become, right? This is a very important thing to understand. We change throughout our lives. We change as a result of the experiences that we collect in life. And so what we want changes, right? But oftentimes what happens is that we don't keep up with our own change, or our vision or desires don't keep up with our own change. And I say this a lot, especially when it comes to specific people. It's possible, guys, that, you know, one of the reasons that your specific people haven't really shown up yet is because they're no longer really a match to who it is you've become as a result of going through your life experiences, and changing. So, and don't let that freak you out, okay? It doesn't mean that you can't get your specific person. And of course, if you're freaked out about that anyway, then you need to recalibrate, all right, a little bit, because you're putting way too much focus and importance on one specific person, to the exclusion of all other possibilities in your life. All right. So you need to sometimes re-examine who you are. Sometimes, you know, a lot of this stuff is about self-reflection and understanding who you are. You know, if a year has passed, a couple years have passed, do you really still want this particular person? Trying to figure out and sitting down with yourself and being honest with yourself about who you've become now and what it is you want now is very important to the whole process of becoming a deliberate manifester. It's not about understanding the other person, the other people, what makes them tick, and then trying to adjust yourself according to whatever their values are or whatever you think they might expect of you. That's a race you're never going to win, okay? You need to always check in with yourself and understand, what are my values now? How have I changed? And how is my current environment and how are the current people in my life adding or subtracting from that? You know, another way to put it is this friendship or relationship an asset or a liability for me? All right. And very often you'll come to the conclusion and the understanding, if you're being truly honest with yourself, that you have changed. And as you have changed, so have your values and what's important to you. That has changed as well. So you need to first understand what that is. Okay. What are your values? What does it mean to say my friends add something to my life or subtract something from my life? If you're putting it in those terms, you need to go inside and do some self-examination and really come to an understanding of, who am I now? What have I become? In what direction have I expanded? And if these friends that I currently have, or maybe you don't feel you have a lot of friends, okay? I tend to go for quality over quantity when it comes to friendships, all right? Now, when I was younger, and a lot of people in their 20s and whatever, and even teenagers tend to collect friends left and right without ever really examining who they are, or are these people quality people, or do they add to their lives and their experience, or do they somehow, you know, are they valuable for them? You know, you don't do that so much when you're young. You're just more about quantity over quality. But as you get older, you realize, I don't need everybody to be my friend, okay? You know, it's okay if I have one or two really close friends, but they are the best friends that I could possibly attract into my life. They're you know, the perfect representation of who I am, the perfect reflection of who I am, and what I value now as a person, as an adult, you know? So you'll find as you get older too, you have fewer and fewer friends, and a lot of times people will lament that and say, well, I want more friends. Well, you want more of the right friends, okay? So, but that's the first real basic step, and that's the same when it comes to attracting a specific person. What are you really after? Who are you really on the inside? What do you value? And does this person match that? And if that person doesn't match that, then are you matching the things that you want to see in those people. So this is the kind of the next step in this that I'm going to explain, because, you know, if you've watched my videos for a while, you know that, especially when it comes to attracting specific people, I very often stress the importance of making a list of their qualities that you prefer. So determine what you love about that person, what you really appreciate about that person. Write that stuff down and then focus on those things, because that will bring more of those qualities out in them reflected back to you. But there's another step here that I haven't really maybe touched on so much in that regard. And that's the thing, that's the fact that you need to become what you want to see in other people. All right. So once you determine what you find valuable in friendships, what you value in other people, what kind of qualities you want to see in them, you need to become a match to that. Okay. So you need to practice more of what you would like to see other people practicing in relation to you. Okay. How you want them to show up to you in your life is how you need to be showing up as well. So that way you become a match to that thing. In other words, let's say I want friends who are compassionate. Well, then you ask yourself, to what degree am I compassionate? I want friends who are patient and tolerant. To what degree am I patient and tolerant? I want people in my life who are generous. Generous. I drank my tea a little too fast. Generous and kind. To what degree am I generous and kind? You see, it's not so much about asking them to be a certain way so that you can have more of that quality in your life. You need to bring more of those qualities into your life now. And you can do that by becoming the thing that you value the most. If you value kindness, be kind. Be kind conscientiously. If you value compassion, make sure you're being a compassionate person. What you put out is what you get back, you see. And as you put those things out, and vibration works the same way, but you act out your vibration in your life. What do you value, and to what degree are you living up to your own values? All right. So the first step is to understand what those values are, what those qualities are that you value the most in people, and then looking for those and building those same qualities in yourself to make yourself a match. So you're putting out the signal of the things that you want to see more of from the people in your life. And as you put out that signal, those who are on that frequency will come into your life very easily and very quickly. Before you know it, you'll be surrounded by people who perfectly reflect that which you value most. All right. And someone's personality. And, you know, so you need to become that thing first. And the same goes for your specific person. You know, I want somebody who's honest and truthful. To what degree are you being honest and truthful? All right. I want somebody who's a good communicator. Are you a good communicator? And if you find that you're not, that maybe you're lacking in any of these areas, then that's what you work on. Okay. And again, it comes back down to working on yourself first. You got to become the thing that you want. All right. And then as you become the thing that you want, those other things and qualities and people that match that will come out. And yes, you can bring those qualities out in the people already in your life, by the way. And you can bring those qualities out in your specific person. But again, don't expect them to suddenly portray values and characteristics to you that you are not practicing yourself. All right. If you're angry a lot, if you're disappointed a lot, guess what kind of people you're going to attract, and guess what kind of qualities in the people already in your life you're going to bring out in them. Because your physical reality and everybody in it and how they behave and show up to you is a perfect reflection always of what you're practicing on the inside. So this is always the source, guys. Not them. They're not the source of your happiness or change in your life or progress in your life or any of that stuff. You are. It all begins with you. So decide what you want to see, what kind of friends, what does adding value or adding to your life mean to you? And once you determine what that is, then you begin practicing those things in yourself. All right. It's really as simple as that, guys. So become a match to the thing that you want. That's the answer to your question, Alpha. And to anybody else out there who's asking the same thing or wondering the same thing as Alpha. So thank you so much for that comment. Thank you for all your comments, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, thank you for your donations. If you want to leave any of those, leave me a tip for these videos, you can do so down below. There's links in the description box. Please hit subscribe. Please hit the bell notification. Please comment. Please like this video. Please share with anyone you think might find this valuable. And if you want some coaching, there's a link for that down below as well. in the description box. Okay, guys? So I wish everyone a happy weekend, a wonderful weekend of magnificent manifesting. I'm Tarkan. I love you. And until next time, happy manifesting and bye-bye.